Want to take your Blender creations to the next level? In this tutorial, I'll show you how to seamlessly blend two materials together to create stunning gradients on a single object. No complicated nodes or confusing steps required. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned pro, this technique will add a whole new dimension to your 3D designs. Let's dive in. Usually we can use the color ramp node to create gradients. But what if you want to apply this effect to textures or materials you've downloaded online? That's where this technique comes in handy. Let me show you how to create a custom gradient using two different materials in Blender. First, let's start by creating a new material. I'll name this one Gradient, so it's easy to identify. Now, I'm going to add our shader editor on the right side of the screen so we can see everything happening in real time as we work. This makes it much easier to follow along. In the shader editor, you can see we already have a principled BSDF connected to the material output. We'll keep this as it is for now. Let's add a second principled BSDF by pressing Shift plus A. I'll change the base color of this new one to red, but feel free to pick any color you like. Next, I'll quickly change the base color of our first principled BSDF to an orange shade. This will give us two distinct colors to work with. Now, to blend these two materials together, we'll add a Mix Shader node, connect both principled BSDF nodes to the Mix Shader, and then connect the Mix Shader to the material output. As you can see, it's already blending our two colors into a gradient. But we need more control over how they mix. To create a clear separation between the two materials, let's add a Texture Coordinate node, a separate XYZ node, and a Map Range node. Connect the Texture Coordinates object output to the separate XYZ node, and then take the Z value, or XYY if you prefer a different direction, and connect it to the Map Range node. Now connect the Map Range node's output to the factor input of the Mix Shader. Instantly, you'll see a gradient forming along the Z-axis. You can experiment with the X, Y, or Z values to change the direction of the gradient. But what if you want to fine-tune how the gradient flows? Easy. Let's add a clamp node between the Map Range and the Mix Shader. Then, we'll add a Value node and two Math nodes set to multiply and add. Connect the Value node to the Multiply node, and then connect the Multiply node to the Add node. Finally, link the Multiply output to the min value of the Map Range and the Add output to the max value. With this setup, you can tweak the values to control the gradient's intensity, position, and smoothness. It's a super flexible way to get the exact look you're going for. And there you have it, a professional-looking gradient using two materials in Blender. Play around with the colors, directions, and values to create something truly unique for your projects. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more Blender tips and tricks. See you in the next tutorial.